Hey everybody, welcome back to the Model Train Outsider, episode 25. It's about time. Oh? Yeah. Gone for 3 weeks and leaving me with nothing to do, no trains to watch, nobody to haunt. Or annoy. That too. But that's just one of the perks of the job. What job? You mean haunting and annoying me is a job? No. My job is, as always, to inspire you. To tap into those dusty cobweb areas of your mind, your creative side, and get you to work on this amazing train station. Annoying you, that's just the fun part. Some good sleep and peace and quiet can accomplish the same thing, and they're much more enjoyable. Hi. Anyhow, how was Germany? Well, since you asked, the trip was amazing. We started off in Delmenhorst and saw some friends. On a sad note, briefly, including a friend who is dying of cancer, and we had to say our goodbyes. But he would not want us dwelling on the negatives and enjoy the positives. But this gentleman is the reason I've gone to Germany 15 times, 16 times in my life. He's one of the people that chose me to start the student exchange program back in 2002. So definitely somebody that became a very close friend, and it's not easy saying goodbye. We did a lot of things. We lived in the town, after Delmenhorst, we lived in the town of Kempten for a week. And from there we visited all kinds of sites. We went up to Munich, and we went over to Neuschwanstein and Hohenschwangau near the town of Füssen. And we rode the world's longest individual roller coaster from the top of a mountain down its side. That was wild. We did some train spotting at the Munich train station. And we just had a blast. And then we went to the city of Worms and stayed there for about a week. And we went to the towns of Speyer and Mainz and Frankfurt and Ulm, and saw the sights and the historical stuff because I'm a big history buff. One thing we did do, I didn't mention, while we were in Delmenhorst, we went up to Hamburg and went to Miniature Wonderland again. Miniature Wonderland again? Cool. Yep. 4th time now. Twice in the last 3 years. And it gets bigger every year. They're always adding something, always doing something. So we got to see their Venice section, which they had not opened. They had opened Italy before we got there, but their little Venice section. So we got to see that for the first time. They're working on Monaco and the Provence of France, and then eventually they'll expand from there into another building. In fact, they've already acquired a building next door to their current thing, and they're going to expand in that building. I mean, we're talking 10, 15 years of plans down the road that they've already kind of let out. They're going to do France, and then there's a gap and a little waterway between the two buildings. They're going to build the tunnel. They're actually going to build the tunnel trains between France, and in the new building they're going to build England and North Africa and go from there. Eventually I think they're opening an Asia section, but we're talking 10, 15 years down the road. This is how far these guys plan ahead. The Brown brothers and their staff are amazingly. We got to do a behind the scenes tour, so that was really cool. We got to go kind of behind the scenes and see everything from a different light, and to find out that they put stuff in there that they know nobody else is going to see. They have so many little displays and jokes and things they put in there. If you've never been to Miniature Wonderland, and if you're into model trains, even if you're not into model trains, this place could get you into model trains, but it's worth a visit. If you ever have a chance to travel to Germany, go up to Hamburg. And trust me, you could spend 6 hours there and feel like the time went by too fast. So yeah, Joyce and I traveled. Another thing we did in Delmenhorst is I took lots of pictures of the train station. certain things I have to finish now. But yeah, I'm going to be starting on the canopies here, hopefully within the next few days, and completely finish off that station, and start working on some other sections. All right, so you saw a lot of cool places that I never got to see. What else did you do? He asked knowingly. What else did we do? Isn't this enough? But I know what you're hinting at. Yes, we went train shopping. We toured a lot of train shops in Germany. Didn't find a lot of what I was specifically after. There were certain older trains, older in terms of when they were released, not different eras. I'm still an Era 6 guy. But I was hoping to find a couple of things. I met some great people, especially in the town of Kempten where we lived. Jahn and Heinrich's train shop. What a nice place. It's a very typical train shop, fairly well stocked. Definitely better stocked than just about any place I've been to in America. But definitely a really nice shop. And I talked to the owner and his wife for at least an hour or more. He showed me some things with the upgrades to the mobile station control system. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can go to my other show, The Märklin Outsider, and check out those episodes where I talk about the Märklin digital system. But they just recently did a massive upgrade, and I'm going to have to do a new Märklin Outsider show to talk about those upgrades, and you won't be in it. But also, yes, I did buy a lot of stuff. Well, I have been looking for this for a while, a little DHL van. I finally found one in a Mueller's train shop in Mainz. Finally found one. I've been looking for a DHL van for a while. Online, can't find them. Found one sitting on a shelf. And while I was at it, I went up and picked up a Deutsche Post van as well. While I was in Delmenhorst, I stopped off in their bus station, to take some pictures because I got to build the bus station, but also to get some information because where we were living was a little different and I needed to find out which bus and stops to use. But while I was in the bus station, I found another, hopefully you can see that, I found another Delmenhorst city bus, because they have little knickknacks in there, and they actually had one of these. So that brings my total up to 4. So I'm really excited about that. My bus station, which I have been working on quietly, just not anywhere worth showing. Get there. I bought some turnouts, C-track turnouts, and I bought the, actually my kids for Father's Day got me the decoders, if you can see that. I got the decoders and the motors, so they'll be completely digital as I put them in a couple places in the layout. While I was there, because I know I needed some, I just bought some new Radius 2 curves because I'm replacing a section where a couple of the used tracks that I had bought are kind of, I've tried cleaning them and they just seem to have a little bit of a problem. So I'm going to replace them with new track and hopefully that will solve a problem. Picked up some street signs and railroad sign boxes from Allgäu so I can make some signs to go along the tracks. I picked up a, make sure this is up the right way, a Maersk, the equivalent of a 40-foot tanker car to put on one of my flatbeds on my one Güterzug or freight train. And lastly, well, I won't say lastly, got a couple of things here to share with you. Picked up some Uhu glue. This stuff is really excellent stuff, and you can't get it in America. You can't. I've looked on Amazon, and Amazon not available in America. Well, I've got it in America, so this is some really good stuff. It's as good as the Fowler stuff, but you can use it in different situations where the Fowler super glue maybe doesn't work as well. This stuff works. A funny thing, before I get to the 2 prizes, Jahn and Heinrich gave me, they're like 10 euros, this collector tin. It's just a little collector tin. They gave that because of some of the money I spent at their shop. And then, speaking of specials, this is one of the two big purchases. Now, I had bought a train just when I got to Germany. My ICE-1 that I did a running session with and demoed. I bought a couple of cars. Those haven't arrived yet because I just had to mail them home. But this is one of the two big deals. This is my Märklin locomotive. It is my IC2. I don't know if you can see that. It's all wrapped up. I'm going to be using this in a Märklin Outsider video, so I'm not going to do too much with it. Oh, that's cool! But this is the new Märklin one, but this has a lot of functions on it, and I'm a bells and whistles guy. And one of the cool things is, gotta tell this story. We were in the town of Oberwesel, and I went to the shop where I bought my very first little passenger car, to put in my classroom as a display. This is the place where the disease started, this model train hobby disease started. I went in there and just was overwhelmed at all the model trains, and I just told the guy at the time, I just want a passenger car to put in my classroom. And so I bought an ICE 3 passenger car and a Regiobahn passenger car, just little things. And that grew into, maybe I should put a set in my classroom too. Oh, I bought a set, but it's too nice to put in my classroom, so we'll play with that one at home and buy a much cheaper, crappier one to put in my classroom. And the monster was born, and I've been buying trains ever since. But, so I went back to that shop in Oberwesel, Hermann's Spielwaren, Herman's Toys, and saw this on the shelf, the ICE2 from Märklin. This came out earlier this year. These have been sold out. You can get them from a couple of American stores, but the price goes up $100 to $120 the minute it comes overseas. The markup at the major American shop collectors is horrible. I can always get these cheaper. At the time, I wasn't planning on buying this when they came out, so I didn't order one. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been that big a deal. But I still paid about $40 more than I would have paid had I bought it originally from Lipa, but I still paid about $70 less than I would have paid from any American shop. But, so this was one of the two big purchases. But what's really cool, and again, got to go back to the story, the gentleman at Hermann's, once I said I was going to buy this, says, okay, well, let's take it over and make sure all the functions work. Actually, we're talking in German, so I just naturally throw in a German accent. So he takes it over to his little testing layout area he has, and he loads it in and starts going through all the functions. And of course, that's great. Okay, look here, make sure the lights are shining. Yes, the lights are shining. Okay, now, yeah, he's going through all 27 functions. And one of the functions is announcements that you're arriving at different stations. So it starts like, now arriving at Leipzig Hauptbahnhof, now arriving at Hanover Hauptbahnhof, now arriving at Bremen Hauptbahnhof. And I'm like, oh, cool, Bremen, that's, the region of Delmenhorst. That's kind of cool. Almost all the trains that run east from Delmenhorst, in fact, all the trains that run east from Delmenhorst go to Bremen. So, hey, that fits it. And then all of a sudden, now arriving at Delmenhorst Bahnhof. And my wife and I went, what? Delmenhorst Station? And the poor gentleman, Christian, he jumped a mile because my wife and I literally just geeked at the same moment. It was so funny. We just, Delmenhorst! And he jumped like, what? What's the problem? What's the matter? It's like, no. It said Delmenhorst. It said Delmenhorst. And we're freaking out about this and being just goofy. And he says, what is it? No, we live in Delmenhorst. We've always done the exchange program, blah, blah. And we explained the whole thing. And once we explained that, this model train actually mentions Delmenhorst, and I'm building the Delmenhorst station. How perfect, right? Had to buy it. My wife was in total agreement. Yeah, we got to get that. So that was just one of the fun stories with this. The one downside to our model train shopping. I hope to reveal it in this video and then do a running session with it in a separate video. We bought a train at a shop a few days after getting there, and he shipped it. Now, first of all, I really was thinking it'll be here by the time I get back. It wasn't. It did arrive on Thursday. Well, it didn't arrive on Thursday. A train arrived on Thursday, but not the train I ordered. Apparently, when they were taking boxes to the post office, they crossed 2 address forms and put them on the wrong boxes. So I got somebody's Era 5 train with a nice 218 locomotive in, some cheap Regio Bond cars, and somebody's got my ICE 2 with all the functions and everything. So I don't know if it's going to be a week, a month, or whatever to get that sorted, because the ICE2 I ordered had a lot of special things done to it. It was a different sound chip was put in. The gentleman even put figures in all the cars and everything. So it was really designed specifically for me, and unfortunately, it's not here. Somebody else's train is here. So that was another long-winded episode. Hopefully I'll be doing a running session, and within the next couple of weeks I'll actually have some layout update video going, because I am getting to work. Took a lot of pictures at Dumb and Horst of the roof system and the chairs and everything, because I want to get the exact right things for it, and what I can't do I'll have to custom build. But that was a look at our trip to Germany. I did post a little video while we were in Germany, called it episode 24. But we're back, and we'll be doing our thing. Me ranting and blogging about different things, and occasionally showing what I've done on the layout. But definitely getting back to work, and lots of ideas. He has inspirations and ideas. I wonder where those came from. Of course, he'd take credit for them. All right, so anyhow, I will say see you next episode. Please hit like, share, subscribe if any of this silliness interests you. Don't forget, you can check out my other series where I go more in depth into the Miracle train system. I've been doing a series on explaining the digital system, and I will be making a new episode of that in the next couple of days. So, once again, always good to be here talking to whoever's watching, all 10 of you, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye. And I will see him in his dreams. Ooh, I want to see that, and you're going to do it on the other show where I can't see it. I'll have to wait for the ethereal net version.